Hey, 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 what's up, guys? This is the first solo podcast, just me without a guest, that I have done in a very, very long time. But I felt like, you know what? It's time to do this. I'm thinking so I can better connect with you guys and so I can talk about what's really going on within me without anybody else kind of getting in the way. You know, I'm going to start releasing one podcast with just myself a week on top of the podcast with a guest. So 2 podcasts a week. I know I've been pretty bad. I've been missing some podcasts, but look, I'm here. Don't dwell in the mistakes. Okay. Let's get right into it. So I wasn't going to talk about this. I really wasn't. I wasn't going to. But I decided, you know what? Why not? This is for the people that support me. This is for the people that are interested. Just to fucking let you guys know, okay? So as some of you know, a few weeks ago, I made a video talking about how I want to be fetishized as an Asian male, right? So in the video, I talk about how, because of Squid Game and anime and BTS and K-pop, all this stuff, Shang-Chi, whatever. I didn't say those specifically. I mainly said anime and Squid Games. That now women want Asian men. And if you want to smash me because I remind you of One Punch Man or a young version of the old man from Squid Games, then fuck it, I'm down. And all of a sudden, I had a huge rush of people, a lot of Asian women and other Asian girls coming at me, and some guys too, actually, because this one person started a movement and completely changed the narrative of my video. And this person made it about how I'm basically disregarding Asian females for being fetishized and because some have gotten murdered for being fetishized. Okay? Which I'm not disagreeing with that as a fact in itself, just a fact separate from my video, but my video had nothing to do with that. My video had to do with defending Asian men, helping Asian men, because we've been historically shit on. Not just by other people. We're like the most shit on as a race for men in America. In America. And statistically on online dating, we do the worst, as does black women. So black women and Asian men do the worst because we have the worst stereotypes, and there's a lot of negative, media about us. Films, TV, whatever. Asian men look like pussies. We're made as nerds. We don't get the girl. And that does brainwash people. Right? So I made this video to empower Asian men while using humor. Okay? And then a bunch of people are like, oh, he's desperate. These girls were like, oh, he's desperate. What a loser. Look at his bald head. He looks like a doorknob. I'm like, okay, well, that shows your character as an adult, all of you, for calling me names and bullying me when I wasn't even talking about you specifically. Right? And your clear lack of empathy. There's a lot of Asian women that don't give a fuck about Asian men. And that's just facts. I've made videos in the past defending Asian women that date white men, because a lot of Asian women that date white men get shit on because people call them like race traitors, all that stuff. Look, some Asian women that date white men do hate themselves, whereas others just do it because it just happens to be somebody they get along with. Because I've dated all kinds of black women, white women, Mexicans, everybody. But the way this person framed it was to incite rage on somebody who is in her community, who's also Asian, with no clear empathy for anything that Asian men go through. Because in a solid debate, you're able to come with both sides. But the video I made wasn't to debate anything. It was a comedy video. Okay? I was using the comedy to Trojan horse a message to empower Asian men. Because the thing that, and Asian kids, boys, because the thing that a lot of people don't see is how many messages I've gotten Ever since I started making videos, I would make videos about how to defend defense against small eyes stereotypes, defense against tiny dick stereotype, defense against bad driving. Whenever I made videos to teach mainly younger kids, but also people, in my generation, my age, and even older, comebacks when people say shit like that. Because we hear the same thing all the time. As Asians, we do. But the message of the video was completely disregarded by a lot of people because this person told them how to think about it. And on TikTok, there's a lot of reward for controversy, starting shit, stepping on people's heads. And these are shortcuts. There's no longevity in it. And this whole movement this person tried to do, it was all for clout. And I knew that. Because social media is a language. You can tell based off how they post. Everything this person posts, she bullies everybody. She's a bully. But people didn't look into that, did they? Not a lot of people. Well, granted, there was people that knew, that actually looked into it and they're like, okay, I know what this person's about. And how do we know this? How do we know that? Do we have tangible evidence? Yes, we do. How? My friend, I had a couple friends just like keeping up with it because I didn't care. I didn't care. I was like, whatever. I'm not gonna look into this person. Just enough to know how this person operates. It only took me 10 seconds to realize, oh, I know what this is. This has happened to me before. I saw right through it. But then one of my friends told me about a post this person made on their Instagram saying, look, y'all, I made it, because this person said, look, I made it, posting an article that Next Shark, because Next Shark posted about it and it got really popular. It got a lot of people were talking about it. Look, y'all, I made it. And then this person took it down immediately. So what does that say about what you were trying to do with this thing? Was it really for Asian women? Or was it for you? Because you wanted to take a shortcut to try to get famous and attention. You did get your 15 minutes of fame, but you're easily forgotten. And it actually backfired. All it did was give me more fans and people defending me. I didn't even have to say anything. I didn't, because I didn't say anything bad. Even the people that got mad, they knew. I didn't say anything. It's how they chose to look at it. Literally making up things. There wasn't even any blanks to fill. They just completely just flipped it like, let's make it about something else to get mad at. And a lot of people, they want to get mad at things because when you don't have an identity, when you don't have a mission in life, when you're miserable, you want to get mad. I used to get mad all the time too. I would look for things to get mad at because I was so angry that I didn't know what to do with my life. I was not happy. I didn't like where I was going with my career. I didn't like my relationships. I felt like my friends didn't even like, I was just not happy. It takes a lot of energy to just try to start shit. It takes a lot of energy to stay that angry. And somebody could say, well, it's satire. Like this person framed certain things that they say as satire because this person got called out for contradicting themselves. Because this person made other videos shitting on Asian men. And then the defense that this person made was, how can I hate Asian men when I'm married to an Asian man? Really? That's your defense? Do you know how many fucking racists are out there that have friends that are in that group of people that they actually don't like or hate? There was no argument there. There was no debate there. That doesn't mean shit. If that was the case, look, if marriage was the purest form of staying together and proved everything right about humanity, the divorce rate would not be over 50%. It wouldn't. And then a lot of others that stay in the marriage are miserable because they don't know themselves. So they try to distract themselves and get drunk or cheat, even hit their kids to feel like they got power the way, you know, my dad hit me, and a lot of other kids have gone through that. And by making a video like that, how did you help society? How did you help the world? What did you do? What did everybody that joined your side for that short moment in time, you know, because you knew how to get them angry. This person knew exactly how to get these, you know, people angry because they feel unheard. Asian women go through a lot of shit too. And I empathize with that. I get it. I have a lot of Asian friends that are girls. I know. My mom is a fucking dude. Come on. My mom's from Korea. She's an Asian woman and she can't speak English well. You don't think I've seen bullying at that level too towards immigrants and towards my dad? Where's the empathy? How have you contributed to society as a whole? With that, with the anger, getting everybody else angry. Where's the solution? There is none. This person who's also Asian, when we only make up 7% of the fucking United States, was so easily willing to try to step on me and even potentially try to destroy me. And she would have loved to destroy me. I know that. Oh, look, I'm saying she now. I mean, it's clear it was a she. Like, the whole time I was like, I don't want to even give this person any type of identity because then, you know, because for clout. But I'm never going to say the name ever and for the rest of my life. And this is the last time I'm going to talk about it. The only time and the last time on social media. This is the only time. And you're never going to get clout from this because I'm never going to say your name. And you're going to get forgotten. What did you do? And I saw through it so easily. And this person, and she also made up a thing in a comment saying, "Oh, well, look at you. You made an Asian fetishization joke in a Clubhouse room, and you had to have gay Asian males to tell you that you were wrong, and you still did the same thing." Think of new jokes. This person's apparently a comic, but from what I heard from a couple of people who did a show a month ago with her, that she got really drunk and was sexually harassing people, grabbing boobs, and just really bad. I know a couple people that said that. Yeah. But I'm not going to say where because you ain't going to get no clout. All publicity is good publicity, apparently, right? So I lost track of what I was talking about. I did. But yeah. Oh, the comment. And then I was like, I didn't do that. What the fuck is she talking about? So I asked one of my friends, actually a few of my friends. I was like, hey, do you know what she's talking about? And then they're like, yeah. It wasn't you. It was somebody else that we know. And I was like, oh, there you go. See, that was her final comment towards me directly to get my attention, to get me to respond. Because if I defended myself, it makes me look guilty. At the end of the day, I just look guilty. And I knew it's only going to just give her more attention to keep this thing going because that's all she wanted. Just like her post on Instagram. Look, y'all, I made it, but she took it down. Why did you take it down? You made it, didn't you? Didn't you get the success that you wanted? By shitting on Asian men? By trying to shit on me? By shitting on me? Multiple times, actually. Bullying me? I've never made fun of you. I don't know who you are. Why would you insult me? Because that's comedy? And she said I was doing low-hanging fruit. You know what's low-hanging fruit? Attacking somebody that you say that you care about your community, right? But why would you do that? Especially when they were just trying to make a joke and help. In their own way. Of course it's not going to be funny to everybody. Comedy's subjective. I know that. I'm a fucking comic, dude. Some people don't give a fuck about my jokes. Others think it's hilarious. And they have every right to feel the way they feel. Because that would make me an egotistical maniac to think you had to find it funny or you have to think I'm the best. No, fuck no. Otherwise, come on. It's not possible. That's called taking a shortcut, guys. When you take shortcuts just for quick fame, which I know other people that's tried doing that, it doesn't last. It didn't last. And then they run, and then they burn out, and then they get more angry, and then they start to hate themselves, and it just gets bad. Because when you're making content, when you're in a creative realm, it has to be because you actually love it. It makes you excited. And for the bigger picture, that's what everybody I've talked to that's lasted like 20, 30 years in the entertainment industry and are doing very well said the same thing. Right? And I wasn't even trying to talk about this for this long, but honestly, I've been debating for the past few weeks. I was like, man, I really want to talk about this. I do. But the one thing that stopped me was I just didn't want to give this person any clout. And I realized, okay, I just won't say the name. Even though everybody's going to know 100% who it is. Even she will know. And then maybe she'll try to make content about it. Then make content about it. Go ahead. But why don't you show them the post where you said, hey, y'all, look, I made it. Do you think anybody that contributes to like a charity for kids with cancer says, look, y'all, I made it because an article talked about me? The New York Times said that I donated money. Really? Is that from the kindness of your heart? Or was it just for quick attention? Because you don't know how else to make content and express yourself. And in everything I said, in the 16 minutes I've been talking about you, I didn't make fun of the way you look. I didn't make fun of the way you live. Whereas you made multiple videos shitting on me and got a bunch of other people to make fun of the way I look. Look, if I wasn't this resilient, and if I wasn't in my 30s and understood myself and can handle hate, anybody else would have lost their shit and potentially killed themselves. And I told one of my friends this. I said, look, if I killed myself, which I would never do that because I can handle this, she would laugh secretly. And she would enjoy it because people like that want control. They want to feel like they have some sort of power. And she felt like she had power by getting thousands of people to get mad at me. You know? But it was for the greater good, wasn't it? Isn't that why you did it? Look, y'all, I made it. Really? That's making it to you? That's success to you? That's weak. That's weak. I could probably go about this a little bit longer, but honestly, I pretty much said everything I need to say about it. Oh, and I really did get a lot more fans. And all you did when you did that, lady, you basically gave exposure to me, and now a shit ton of people know who I am. And the people that support me right now ride for me even more because they know me. Because everything I put out, I told myself at the beginning of me pursuing my dreams 3 years ago, because I was tempted to just when I put my podcast out on YouTube, oh, don't curse. Be careful about what you talk about because you can get monetized, so that you can get monetized. And I decided, nah, fuck that, because I'm gonna hate myself. I have to speak my truth, and I don't need that money. Then fine, I'll find other ways to make money doing what I want to do. And by doing that made me learn how to speak more on my truth and put myself out there in very vulnerable ways, to where anybody that follows me knows I wasn't talking shit about Asian women. Come on, really? Anybody that saw that knows that. You just told them how to look. And a lot of people that watched it didn't even talk about the One Punch Man thing or like the joking thing. They just said, "Oh, look at this desperate guy. He doesn't get." You know what's funny? A lot of women, they try to insult men. They'll say, "Oh, you're desperate. You don't get laid." That only hurts guys whose whole identity is based off of their body count and how much they get laid. That was my 20s. I don't care. That's why I didn't feel like I had to defend myself. I'm like, go ahead. For all I care, you can think I'm a virgin and an incel. I don't care. You can think whatever you want because your thoughts don't mean shit. These words only have meaning if you give them meaning. And that's really what words are, because we give meaning to words. Food doesn't mean food without, it doesn't mean food. The word food doesn't mean that without everybody agreeing this word, these things, this thought, these letters means something to eat. We give it meaning. And the thing that I've learned over this whole time, my journey of being on the internet and getting a lot of hate, and then dude, in the beginning, I would get destroyed by people talking shit to me. It hurt my feelings. But I learned to adapt it. It made me be forced to look within and think about, why does this affect me so much? Why do I feel the need to have to defend myself? Why do I feel like I have to talk back? 'Cause what I used to do is when I would get comments, I would look at their profile and then customize an insult back to them. And I'll spend hours doing this. And I was like, oh, I can handle it. They don't know that I'm a stand-up comic. I can handle it. But over time, it fucked me up. And I don't do that anymore because that's just stupid. It's a waste of time. And that's the internet. The internet is give your opinion or you put out a video and then people get mad at it, say something crazy just to get a reaction. Because they'll never say that to your face. I have not had one person in all these years of me doing this and people getting mad at me for just like whatever. Nobody's come up to me in person. None. You can if you want. Let's have a debate. Let's talk about it. But you can't because it's easier to do it behind a video. It's way easier. It's like being in a car but in space and then screaming through a fucking like a satellite phone communicator to Earth. Because here's what I learned. The people that bark the loudest like that do not have the ball. And the fact that this person did stand-up comedy shit-faced means you can't handle it sober, which means you can't handle your emotions, which means you don't know who you are. Very unprofessional. Okay. Ooh, that's the worst thing I said about you. Oh. But I'm a doorknob and I'm desperate and I'm an incel and I'm ugly, right? Oh, man. What if I did kill myself? Huh. But I'm not going to. Sorry. Anyways. Yeah, guys, if there's something to be learned on this, and it also gave me deeper insight into what cancel culture is. How many people have people attempted to cancel and failed miserably? And they're still here. The only way to like truly get quote unquote canceled is if you do actual crimes or you say something crazy like the N-word, which is stupid. Why would you say that? And why would you do those crazy things? Bad things. Like things to kids or things to just in general, like crimes. They're bad. Definitely fucking cancel those fucks. But besides that, a lot of this canceling isn't even real. In a way, it's like marketing. That's what I don't think a lot of people realize. When you try to cancel somebody, you actually give them more. Like, who's a great example of this? Donald Trump. Why did he become president? He became president because everybody was talking shit about him. Saying, did you hear what he said? Did you hear this, that? Do you know how much free marketing that was for him? He was the talk of the town. That's a big reason why he won. Staying relevant. Because you can also rebrand yourself. And rebranding just means like people view you one way. Like there's somebody that was a meme for a while. Like Ty Lopez. Ty Lopez was a meme. Here in my garage, my Lamborghini. They made fun of him. A bunch of memes. They shit on him. Yeah, you don't read a book a day, blah, blah. Just a bunch of just shitting on him. But he kept putting out content. He kept talking about how he, whatever. He keeps talking about knowledge and all this shit. And he stayed consistent. And over time, with the memes giving him great exposure and people knowing who he is on a grand scale because of that, the memes eventually died out while he kept staying consistent with his content. And if you look at his content over like this 1 year period in the comments, you can see people saying, you know what? Your stuff actually helps me. This and that. That's like the rebranding process. That's what I mean by rebranding. I don't mean like a company rebranding, but I mean like just as like a person, as how people view you. It's kind of like when you talk to somebody and everybody's like, oh, they're a fucking asshole. Everybody keeps talking about how much of an asshole this person is. And you have a conversation with them and you're like, you're looking for the asshole tendencies. You're looking for that. And you realize this person's not really an asshole. This person's just straightforward. And a lot of people can't handle straightforward conversation because they're so sensitive. They take it personally. But this person is not intentionally being mean or anything. They just like to be direct. And that's something I learned too. I've gone through that. Where I thought somebody was an asshole because everybody said this person's an asshole. And that was their brand, asshole. And then when I met them, I got to know them for myself, and then they got rebranded as just a cool human being. So that's what I mean by the brand, the rebrand. Okay. So I learned through this whole experience that when they say all publicity is good publicity, they're not wrong. And then it started making me analyze all these things that happen to celebrities. And I mean, even Kanye West on his recent interview on Norie's podcast, he was saying that he wants to get canceled because it only helps him. And I get it. Because then people are still talking about him. Even if they're talking shit, because then the ones that know him, because even if like fans can forget that they're a fan of somebody, if they're not out and they don't see them doing things or posting or whatever, and then they can forget because there's so much going on. There's so much information. There's so much social media. There's a lot. There's a lot going on. So it's very easy to forget. It's very easy because the whole thing that this person started about me, this whole movement, it died within a few days. Because there's so much news happening. People don't give a fuck about it anymore. That's why I'm saying shortcuts don't get you anywhere like that. There's also no longevity because all this person did was literally just burn a bridge with me and anybody that I know, especially as I continue to grow in this. And that's a fool's move. Especially if you're trying to... Dude, comedy is hard enough to do it alone as a stand-up comic. You want friends in this shit. It's tough. It's not an easy world. Because to start with, a lot of comics are... We got a lot of problems, man. We're very neurotic. We just... You know, a lot of us, we do substances. And I mean, I don't, but there's a lot that do. I have a lot of friends that do. And, you know, no shade on them, but comedians are troubled people, so it's hard, especially in the entertainment industry, to trust another person and to want to work with them because people get fucked over all the time. So if you find somebody you actually get along with and that you can trust and you know that wants to win with you, why not go together? Because you can win together. You can go further together. You can only go so far alone. Doesn't mean you have to depend on everybody, but you be your own fucking wolf, independent wolf hunting. Other people hunt as well, and together, well, alone as a single wolf, you can get, well, you can kill like rabbits and shit, maybe a deer. But in a wolf pack with other strong wolves, you can kill a moose. And moose get fucking huge. I don't know this, but I can't give you the exact metrics of it, but they're like ginormous, like 10 deers in one or something like that. Just huge, monstrous. So instead of eating a little tiny combo from McDonald's, we could work together and eat a fucking three Michelin star buffet. Throwing people under the bus, making shit up to try to get ahead in life is only going to fuck you over. And when I've talked to people who've been in the industry, they say that people with values and morals and just who are not sharks are pretty rare. So if you stay true to you and be just like as good of a person as you can while doing this shit, even if it takes longer, people are eventually going to catch on and realize, oh, this person's not a scumbag. Because they're going to get fucked over so many times. They're like, I'm tired of this. Who can I trust? And that's how I choose to operate. I choose to operate without stepping on people's heads just to try to get ahead. Because I could be way further ahead. But then for what? Then I feel like I feel miserable. Then I'm the bully. I got bullied growing up, so I know what that feels like. It sucks. Asians get bullied all the time. Asian men, boys get bullied all the time into adulthood until they die in America. That's why I made that. That's why I've made so many videos trying to empower Asian men, because nobody's doing that. Not even our own community, man. It's just sad. Some people in the community try, but a lot don't really care. Let's be real here. They don't care. They don't. And I feel like that's part of my bigger mission, is that. On top of, and it's not just for like Asian men and all that. It's for Asians as a whole and just people. Like the way I am is I have groups of friends that are from all backgrounds. Like I understand different cultures. I work for Russian companies. I've had roommates that are Middle Eastern, so I know their culture. I'm familiar with it. You know, other Asians, Filipinos, Mexicans. I always try to learn Indonesian, everything. Because that's what helps us connect. And connection feels so much better than disconnection and destruction. Wow, I feel so much better just being able to kind of, this is like a journal, huh? This is like just you and me, us just talking. Well, it's just me talking, but you kind of understanding where I'm coming from. And this is not a defense towards me. I don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks about this. I just made this because I just had to. For me and whoever fucking has been wondering who's in my community, who's on the team. That's it. And not a lot of people are going to see this. That's not the point. Because if I wanted to make a big deal out of this, I would have posted this on TikTok, and because that's where I have the most followers, and Instagram, and then make it into a whole thing. I could have kept going back and forth with this person and turned it into like a thing. And I was like, dude, I literally don't have the energy for this. To go further in life without burning out, we need peace within ourselves. We need to be good with ourselves. To be able to handle haters and negativity in the world, we have to be good with ourselves. To not respond back in a negative manner, to continue the cycle of hatred and anger, we have to be good with ourselves. And to be good with ourselves, we have to understand ourselves. And to really understand ourselves, we have to run towards the pain of the childhood trauma, of the past, and understand and heal that shit, which most people don't do, which is why the continuation of pain, the cycle of pain continues. And then they have kids and then traumatize them, and it becomes generational trauma, you know? And that's what I went through. I saw that trauma that was in my dad. Why else would he hit me and my mom? For no reason, majority of the times. Just because we were there. He would just get mad out of nowhere. He'd be having a fine day at home. All of a sudden just blow up, kick my door open, start screaming at my mom. Because he was mad about something that had nothing to do with us. Even though I forgave him, I still remember these memories, and these are things that I don't think of often, but that are there as a reminder of what not to do. I would never do that, but it's just a reminder of like, dude, a reminder of how much shit I've gone through to come to this point to be able to still be here, man. I was going to kill myself so many times. I was going to kill myself 3.5 years ago, dude. Fuck. Now I don't have thoughts like that anymore, thank God. Because I'm doing what I want to do, and I'm good with me. but I had to fight to be good with me. And I want you to be good with you, because it is not easy to do that. You know, numbing our pain with weed, with alcohol, it doesn't allow us to feel the pain, to try to understand it. Now, I'm not saying just sit there just to feel the pain, What I'm saying is feel the pain to become kind of almost like comfortable in a way where you're like friends with it, to just get to understand it, right? Like, think about this. There can be a stranger and then somebody that you're friends with, and there could be the same exact person. Just like a fucking full-blown asshole who says fucking crazy shit. With a stranger, you're going to think, well, fuck you. Who are you? Fucking die, you asshole. But your friend, who's the same exact personality, saying the same crazy things, you look at them and like, oh my God, really? Like, this person, my fucking Steve saying this again? Oh, come on. Yeah, it's just Steve. Fuck it. It's kind of like that. I told myself when I was going to do this solo episode, I was going to try to make it funny. But I'm like, I just want to be just real and transparent. And if it's funny, it's naturally funny on its own. But wow, this really showed me how much I've been kind of keeping this in, I guess. You know, because I want to be transparent with you guys and what's going on with me. And besides that, a lot of things are going great. Again, the whole thing only helped me. Who knew? This person gave me a gift. That's why I'm not even mad at this person. But I will never help you. Because you tried to, you really tried to hurt me. You did. You did. But thank you. Thank you. I made a list in my phone of kind of funny things. Oh, you know what? Let's talk about the McDonald's app. So there's a McDonald's phone app, and every day they have a deal, right? Like, buy 1 quarter pounder, get 1 free. And then on these deals, they say until December 5th, or like for like a week or whatever. And then a lot of the other deals says just for you. It's called just for you. And then it'd be like $1 for large fries. And I see the marketing behind that, because that shit fucking works. Because I'm like, oh, is that shit really just for me? Because I'm about to get this large fry. Thank you, McDonald's. Like, I feel like it makes me want to get it more than the other deals that don't say just for you. Because the just for you makes it feel like they really just did it for me. And you are saving money. But what it's doing is it's training me to be a fucking fat ass. Like, I caught myself eating McDonald's 3 days in a row, and I'm like, wait a minute, why am I doing this? I'm like, oh, because I got the fucking app, and that makes me want to eat McDonald's every day, because it's just for me. It's just for my diabetes and my cholesterol. Thank you. It's a discount from my fucking money, but the full price of death is the return. That's what that shit is. I did make a diarrhea list in my phone. I made a list of things that give me diarrhea in my phone because I was supposed to go on a date, and then I don't like getting sucked up when I have to poop. It makes me uncomfortable, and I'm not confident. And I'm like, dude, I'm in my 30s. I should know what makes me poop and get IBS. So I decided to start making a list, and the list began with just one thing. There's tubuchige, which is like tofu bean paste soup, and then this thing called gongchi. It's like a fish that's like, I don't know if it's like a fermented type fish, but I don't know, something about that combination of those two give me diarrhea. I can't be excited the rest of the day when my stomach's gurgling. Okay? Because the only thing I want shooting out of a hole is my pito, not my tonko, not my butthole, okay? That's not the reward that I want. Sometimes I like pooping, but I don't like getting that type of diarrhea where I'm uncomfortable the whole day. If it's a type of diarrhea where I just kind of just sit there and it just all comes out, and then my butthole feels like I might get a hemorrhoid, but I don't get a hemorrhoid, but it's close to it, and I squeeze out that stress, just like, it shoots out like a fucking super soaker. And it takes me like 30 wipes to clean off my my butt. So I don't have to go to the shower and wash it off with soap. I can handle that. But what I cannot handle is just all day suffering of when is it going to come back. So if it's diarrhea, one hitter quitter for that day is okay. But I do not want multiple rounds throughout the day. I don't want a refractory period for the squirts. I'm okay with that. Please leave me alone. I don't want that. And I was going to get, I thought about getting antacids, but I didn't get that because I don't want to do that. You know what I learned too? Here's what I thought of. This is going to sound kind of weird, but you know when there's homeless people and you're driving and they're like right next to you and they're looking at you like, yo, please give me some fucking money. And you look away to act like they don't exist. Don't act like you're not, you don't do that. You fucking do that. All of you do that. Okay. I realized when I did that, I was like, oh my God, is this what it feels like to be a hot girl? Because guys are dogs. So when you're a hot girl, every guy's just looking at you because they want to fuck you. And they're like, So the girls look away and act like you don't exist because you're looking at them like crazy people because you want something. And I realized, oh my God, if there was 50 homeless people every day that was looking at me to trying to get my fucking money, I would be a hot girl. That's what it would feel like. Just makes sense. But the biggest difference is that when you're a hot girl, guys want to give you stuff as a transaction, thinking like, oh, if I give this girl stuff, then she's going to want to fuck me. It doesn't work that way. Sorry, guys. You have to build better game than that. And also, they don't owe you shit just because you give them something. Because a lot of douchey guys that don't know how to talk to women get mad like that. Man, I took you for dinner. You're not going to suck me up? Fuck you. Get out of here, man. Chill out. Do some yoga. Learn how to suck yourself off. And then you might realize, I kind of like warm meat in my mouth. Maybe I'll check out Grindr. And there's nothing wrong with Grindr. Do it if you want to do it. But don't hate on women because they're not giving you something you want. Okay? Think twice about that. Don't be a homeless guy. I feel like I'm like shaming homeless people. Yeah. But that's where my brain went though. That's what I thought. I'm like, man, this is what it feels like to be a hot girl. It makes sense to me. Made a lot of sense. All right, let's go down the list. What's another thing I want to talk about? Oh yeah. One of the most disappointing things in the world is shaving your pubes and thinking you're going to get laid that same day. That is so disappointing. When they give you that text, oh, it's a little late. I'm kind of tired. Let's see each other next week. And you're like, dude, I just shaved my fucking pubes. I have all this confidence for nothing? Who am I going to share this trim with? Myself? And honestly, sometimes I'll give the solo dolo tuggaroo. I'll do that because I feel more confident. It's like I'll jerk off with more confidence because I'm like, yo, this looks bigger. It's nicer. But I'm still kind of sad because I'm like, this is like a tug of shame because she didn't want to meet that night, even though I shaved it for her. Yeah. I don't know if anybody else resonates with that. I feel like there's got to be some other people. I can't be the only one, But then it's nice because then when I see her the next week, it's freshly shaved enough to where it because when you shave it immediately, it gets really prickly and then it can bother them, their face or their crotchal area. So then if you shave it and then you give it a couple days, then the prickly parts it's not as prickly because it grows out a little bit longer, so it's not stubby stub. So it's more friendly. It's the difference between a porcupine and a Rottweiler fur. Yeah. Fuck. I think this is the longest solo pod I've done, and I'm trying to make it to an hour. I think that'd be pretty cool. But then now it might make you not want to listen because I told you how much time is left. And then, because whenever we think about how much time we have left to do something, it's like, oh, fuck. So it's better to get lost in it so you don't have to think about it and to let time pass. Let time pass. Oh, look at this. Look what happened. She said, I got a text right now where, well, we weren't supposed to meet, but I was trying to meet. I'll meet next week. She's a nice person. She's cool. Anyways, you know what I think about sometimes? I feel like the more I put out there, especially dating wise, I never say their names. I never give any clue to who they would be because I don't post photos. I don't do anything. Nobody would ever know anybody I hooked up with or anything. But I'm like, is this going to fucking cockblock me if they decide to listen to my podcast? I think that sometimes. I'm like, huh. There's plenty of fish out there in the sea. But the thought of making it harder on myself is not ideal. But I have to express myself. But sometimes I think that, and I'm like, but you know, I'm going to talk about what I'm talking about. But I do hold back on a lot of things. I'm like, I'm not going to get too into certain things. But, you know, shit, it's me, man. Fuck. And sometimes girls I date will ask, are you going to talk about me after? And the only ones I talked about ever were like the really abusive ones. Like one where I really talked, but nobody knows who this person is ever. They'll never know. But I'm like, dude, you fucking were super abusive. So I'm like, all right, I got to talk about it because it's funny and fucked up at the same time. Because I have to talk about things. It's a curse. It's a double-edged sword. It's a thing that has to keep going. It just has to keep going. It is. You know, when I did my the first solo podcast, I could only do up to like 20 minutes. Even doing 15 minutes was painful. It was really hard to just talk alone. It was hard to keep a stream of consciousness going and then forming it with my mouth and lips into words. It was tough. But what I find is as I keep going and keep talking or keep understanding myself and trusting things I say, even if I'm wrong, I just trust myself to just commit to things and be me, my imperfect self. It makes it easier. It makes it easier just to allow myself to keep going. It's kind of like freestyle rapping. A lot of people say that they don't know how to freestyle, but that's because, well, one, you're not practicing, but two, you don't trust yourself as you're saying things because you're hesitating. You're saying, because I used to freestyle a lot, but you know, I it's like I found when I got better is not really just with the practice. The practice allowed me to stop doubting my thoughts and doubting what I'm saying and allowing myself to make mistakes. Just like when you're dancing. This is what I learned. I'm not really a dancer, but I took one dance class and I learned this. I learned when you fuck up on a move in choreo, like hip hop choreo, and you don't know the next few moves, but you know the one that's like the fifth one, just confidently do the ones you don't know and just do some shit, make it up, and then go back to the one that you know confidently. So keep the confidence going. So it's like just committing and doing shit with confidence, even if you don't know. It's kind of like the fake it to make it type thing, but not in a manner of where you're just faking everything. It's just for that small thing. Why beat yourself down because you don't know? Why tell yourself I don't deserve to look confident? Because that's what I would do. I'd be like, I don't deserve to look confident. I should look down on myself because how dare I not know these steps when everybody else around me knows it, even though it's my first dance class ever. How dare I? It doesn't make sense. But we all do that, don't we? We all beat ourselves up. We all tell ourselves we're not good enough. We all say we don't deserve happiness because we don't have a certain type of job, or we can't take care of our parents financially the way we want, or because we didn't hit a certain milestone in our life, or because we're 35 and we're like, oh my God, I'm too old to be watching anime. Who made up these quantifications, these points that are posts of success? I don't know. Who knows? Next solo one. You know, I was gonna literally be like, I was gonna apologize without apologizing. I was gonna be like, you know, the next solo one will be way more fun, more playful, more funny. It's not gonna have this serious stuff. But it's like, dude, I don't want to just put myself in a niche fucking hole of pigeonhole bullshit, because I'm not just a funny guy, like quote unquote funny guy, a comedy guy. I'm a serious guy too. I like to talk about a bunch of shit, man. I don't even know if this is like a niche. This is just me. Niche. I think when we talk about niche things and trying to be niche with stuff, it hurts us. And I always felt that. And funny enough, this person I met who's had that long career in the entertainment industry, who started off as a stand-up comedian, who's doing very well, 30 years in, doing everything. I think he did musicals, mental health type workshops, movies, TV shows, bunch of shit. And it just confirmed for me that the way I feel and the way I'm approaching things is right, at least for me, and it can work. But it will just take time, and I'll figure things out along the way more and more. Because I don't want to just try to just make people laugh. You know what I wrote today? I figured out, and this could alternate, it could change, but I figured out my mission statement. My overall mission statement for life. That's beyond me, because doing things like this or just living, we need something bigger than us, whether it's like having, you know, like a kid, family, whatever, community. But for me, my mission in life, and I thought of this, I realized it, because this is a feedback I've been getting, and this is how I felt, and I kind of forgot this in the past 3 years, but I'm going to keep looking at this. My mission in life is to inspire people to live their truth and be free from the shackles of their own self-limiting beliefs and the world, so that they may be the truest form of themselves and be happy. Nothing in life feels better than when you're able to be you, whatever you is, whatever you are, without shame. Because we were taught by parents, society, our peers, to not be proud of ourselves for just being us, for being a weirdo or the shy person or whatever, or fucking a Lego collector, Yu-Gi-Oh, dueler, whatever. Poop picker upper, maybe like to pick poop for society and a community. Who cares? If it makes you be happy, just fucking do it. Who cares, man? Who cares? One man's treasure is another man's dookie. Unless you like the dookie and you like picking up dookie for society. Do you? Fuck what anybody else does. Follow your heart. As cliche and as corny as that sounds, that is the key. Follow your heart. Try to understand your emotions and have some silence to understand yourself, to just hear yourself out. Give yourself a chance. Give yourself the chance that others aren't giving you. You feel unheard by them? Well, you might also be feeling unheard by you from your own self. My throat's dry. I don't really smoke weed or anything, but there was like a week where for like 3 days I would smoke weed at night after I finish everything and just masturbate. Because that shit feels good as fuck, but then you get addicted to it, and I was like, I gotta stop this. And then that's why I'm coughing. So anyways, I think that's long enough. I think I hit my goal of basically doing an hour podcast by myself. What is it? It's 56-ish minutes in, something like that. Somewhere around there. That's pretty good, man. That's the longest I've ever talked on my own. Shit, I'm proud of myself. Even if you have listened to this all the way, appreciate you, man. Or whatever you are. I appreciate you, peoples. I do. I really appreciate you. Like, honestly, like I've been thinking about it. I was like, man, I can't believe I have this many people supporting me. And it's really small compared to like the big famous people. But like for me, I never would have thought this would even be here. Like to this point. At all. It blows my mind. I'm super grateful for you guys. I really am. You guys are literally with me on this journey to achieve certain goals and to make my dreams come true. Fuck, I'm choking. I feel like you guys are next to me. I'm not coughing on you. I coughed away from you if you were sitting next to me, but I feel like you guys are next to me spiritually. And a lot of you, I feel like I know you because we've talked in live streams. We've DM'd here and there. I can understand your personalities a bit, and it's cool. So thank you. I'm going to have to end this because I feel like I'm choking my ass off. Oh, shit. Anyways, guys, this has been the first Setbreaker episode, or not the first one, but a solo one that I haven't done in a while that will continue to be solo on top of the other ones. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you on the next episode.